Welcome to the Sega Lounge, where we celebrate our love for all things Sega, including the games, the music, and the community. I'm your host, KC. Join me as I talk to different guests and learn more about their projects and passion for Sega. Hello! Hello again. Actually, for the first time. Never mind that. We didn't even try the first time to go live and things went wrong. No. Welcome to the Sega Lounge. My name's KC and we're here for episode 223 live to round up the latest news in terms of Sega. And I'm joined by two wonderful people, right? Yeah, I am. I have Lime Reversed and SkillJim. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah. We're
That's
doing
better, isn't it?
Yeah, we're it's working now. So for people listening to the podcast, nothing happened. It's okay. We just try to.
Jim, are you okay? Are you okay, Jim? Shaking a little bit there.
You're a little bit shaky. It's
shaky.
the excitement. It's the excitement of being live on the Sega Lounge once again.
Exactly.
So
nervous.
yeah. So first of all, how are you guys doing? First of all, so Lime, how's it going? Excited.
Yeah, I'm this excited. I'm so excited. My gosh, I want to say I'm on the Sega Lounge. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
That answers the question, I think. Yeah, that's perfect.
I think he's doing all right.
Yeah, and what about you, Jim?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah,
How about you, Casey?
Huge contrast.
I mean, yeah, I think it could be better. But okay, never mind me.
Are you doing okay, Casey?
I'm doing great. Yeah, doing awesome. I've been incredibly busy, so I would like to start by apologizing to our listeners / viewers for being a little bit intermittent in terms of the output of shows in the past. Actually, this month. Because I've been incredibly busy with work and I wanted to hype up the anniversary episode a little bit more, which I didn't because I didn't have time. But that said, please go watch it because it's amazing. And that's one that you should definitely watch and not just listen to. Yeah. Just if you go to our website, thesegalounge.com, episode 222, and as soon as you enter I'm always saying this, but did you know that you can actually go to a specific episode on our website by just going thesegalounge.com/number of episode? So if you go thesegalounge.com/222, you'll go to episode 222, which is the 10th anniversary.
What?
Yes.
Makes sense.
My gosh.
Exactly. That's the correct reaction right there. Let's go.
What happens if you go /223?
Nothing right now, but in a few hours, it'll take you to this episode of the show.
Oh my God.
Wait, do that again.
There's more?
No, do that again.
What? Oh
the
my
reaction.
God.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. That's it. That's actually too much, but it's
reaction.
okay. Yeah. Exactly. So we're always learning stuff here on the Sega Lounge. So yeah, and I apologize. I'm not sure if things will get better until the end of this month, but I'll do my best to put out a couple more shows until the end of June. Including one that I wanted to do last week, but I couldn't because I didn't have a voice. I was actually aphotic. I got a cold, and I was just like I was talking like this, and I wanted to do.
It's been a good show though.
Maybe
a bit different.
The story of how I got addicted to cigarettes and cigars, maybe.
And sometimes when you have a cold, you get the sexy voice.
That's true. It's going to be part 2 of my Sega story. So hopefully that'll come out next week.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. How's everyone going? I think everyone's doing great because we're live.
Esty says having a voice is an important part of an audio podcast, I guess.
Not just an audio podcast, a podcast in general.
Mm.
Unless it's like a miming podcast.
Interesting.
Want to try that sometime?
Is there a podcast about mimes?
Sign language. Could be like a sign language one.
Could be as well.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. Is there a podcast about mimes, about miming or not?
I guess I
wonder.
would have expected that because there's a podcast for everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
Pretty sure
And
you
I
can
wouldn't
find
be surprised if there is.
How do you do that? Do you like mime all the time, or do you talk about miming, which actually defeats the purpose?
I mean, maybe if you want to teach miming, then you can talk and then show.
Podcast charades, says Rested SD. That could work. Yeah, so that's this type of show. Yeah, so that we're having today. Before
Talking
we
about
get into
miming.
the exactly.
On the Sega Lounge.
Exactly. The miming lounge. Before we get into the proper news roundup that we're getting into in a sec, I just wanted to tell people that, and also a bit because I've been a little bit absent, I told people before that our Sega Lounge 10th anniversary merch was having a discount till the end of May. So I decided to push that to the end of June. So this month as well, if you want to get, like, for example, this very cool 10th anniversary hat or cap, or if you want to get like the mug, it's discounted until the end of June, just as a way to say thank you for listening to the show and bearing with me when we don't have a show as well. Yeah, but today is all about the news, about Sega news. So last time we did a live show like this was in April, which means a lot of stuff happened between then and now in the world of Sega. And we decided to go live to talk to people about these news and share our own thoughts on them. And who better to join me for that than Lime and James? I can't think of anyone. No, the other one. Yeah. The other side. These two amazing people right here. Yeah. So this is the miming part of the show. And we're going to start. So this is a more relaxed show, which means we can just go through the news. No
buzzers.
No buzzers and no real like main topic to cover. But I'm guessing we'll have more to say, I'm guessing, about like the latest Sonic news. So we'll leave that until the end. Maybe not. Oh, Live's like, no, nothing.
I may have some thoughts. Just saying,
Okay.
saying that's my focus,
Okay. But we're going to start with James's focus. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's also amazing.
This is something that makes me really proud. So while I see if things are working in terms of in the land of screen sharing, which I don't think they are right now, let me stall a little bit by saying that something amazing happened the other day in the world of Shenmue, and that amazing thing was
Shenmue 4's
this.
been announced.
Yeah, Shenmue 4's been announced. No, as reported by IGN. Of all places, Shenmue fans rented a Times Square billboard to campaign for Shenmue 4. And I like what they say here. Shenmue. People want Mo Shenmue.
Oh, yeah.
Mo Shenmue?
Funny.
Maybe.
Shenmue.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the news here. James, want to tell us a little bit about this?
Okay, so we actually were the people that rented the Times Square billboard thing. So
wow,
I'm sure listeners, viewers are aware if they follow the Shenmue community at all. On the 4th of every month, we campaign on Twitter, all the different social media sites, but especially Twitter, X, just because that's where we've had the biggest, the loudest voice for so long. And May the 4th, we trended, and amazingly again, June the 4th, we trended. And this time in particular, we've sort of got like a slightly different initiative moving forward where we're planning to like schedule mass tweets again. So like back in the day, like when this is like prior to Shenmue 3 happening, we had like a thing called a thunderclap where there was automated tweets going out from like anyone that signed up for their, an automated tweet to go out. Can't really do that anymore because Twitter's obviously been taken over by Elon Musk and it's been changed, and the back end things have sort of stopped a lot of that stuff, despite there still being a wealth of bots out there, and some nudity bots recently that are popping up all over the place. But what you can actually do, you can schedule tweets if you use desktop version of Twitter or X, whatever. So we're encouraging people to schedule a tweet with a video and a message that we've pre-prepared, or Matt has pre-prepared this, and there's a nice YouTube video where Matt describes what you should do to get your tweet set up, and then hopefully we can consistently trend each and every 4th of the month, and then that sort of shows a potential publisher or a potential partner to Wisenet that fans are demanding a Shenmue 4. So this particular, and this is amazing that it got picked up by all this mainstream media, which is exactly what we wanted. We weren't expecting so much, which is crazy because we also had like Eurogamer doing articles on it, GameSpot, Push Square. I'm just reading through the list here. We had like so many different gaming media outlets that picked up on this, and we're very grateful for that, because at the end of the day, it just cost us $40 to get this 15-second time slot in Times Square on a massive digital billboard, and the response has been amazing. Hopefully it has done well getting Shenmue's name out there to people, potential new players, potential new investors, potentially that see that we haven't rested on our laurels just yet. We're still fighting, pushing for more of the Shenmue series moving forward. And yeah, this is just an initiative we came up with. Actually, a viewer of one of our Twitch streams suggested it. And then Jibby put the video together, which is a really cool 15-second video, actually, that's based on a original promotional Shenmue piece from back in the day, and we sort of upgraded it with Shenmue 3 characters, and it's got the tagline there, let's get Shenmue 4. So yeah, you're going to say something, Casey?
I was going to say, I also said this because I was there, and I think, I don't know if I was the first that said we can do this or this can be done, or if I said, I know that other people do this, because we were talking about like other types of initiatives. Yeah, I remember that stream. Yep. And I, because my train of thought was, people usually do this for TV shows that get canceled, right? And they rent. I know they do this. I didn't know how, and I remember Matt just Googled it and just quickly realized it wasn't really that expensive, even though it's just a few seconds of promotion. But for not that big of an amount of money, you can actually get to a big audience, and like you said, get picked up by all these media outlets. I specifically picked IGN because I wanted to shout out Ryan Dinsdale, who wrote this, who says, and I quote, "Shenmue follows a teenage martial artist called Ryo Has, as he hunts his father's killer in 1980s Japan and China." Okay, so Ryo Has, it's like a more like a loving term, like it's like
a nickname,
like a kind of a nickname. He's a friend, like the Has family, right? Yeah. Ryo Has son, yeah. Yeah, so shout out to Ryan Dinsdale. Thank you for covering this bit of news. And
yeah, no, cheers, Ryan, because it did, gangbusters. Really, it was a smash hit, and like I say, just got Shenmue out there. It was really cool to see so many different gaming media outlets covering this topic, and yeah, hopefully that just helps us move forward. And I just think it's crazy the fact that we've trended 2 months in a row now. We've got no Shenmue news at all. It's just literally just fans, consistently shouting that generates these Twitter trends. However,
isn't that the story of Shenmue?
Basically, yeah. That's literally all. 15 plus years of campaigning got us an extra game, so
yeah,
it has worked.
Yeah,
many congratulations, though. Like, this is awesome. Like having that up on the Times Square, and then like all of this media picking it up. Like, yeah,
the moment was amazing. Seeing it, I wish I could have been there in person. or we had someone actually in New York filming it, because I mean it looks massive. The screen does, and I'm sure it is in scale in real life. I bet it would have been amazing to see Shenmue blown up like that.
No, just looking at this is just like mind blowing, right? Like the sheer size of this, right? Like how many stories high? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 around. I don't know. This is awesome. This is awesome. So yeah, really cool stuff. But the most important thing truly is to bring people's attention towards this franchise and hopefully get something out of this, right? If possible. That's the whole point of this. Yeah. Okay. So moving on with that I wanted to talk about this first because I'm really excited about this, and the whole result was amazing. So good job, guys. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about Sonic. So we've talked about this maybe once or twice already on the show. We've talked about something we thought would be called Sonic Toy Party. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, it's now officially been announced, and it's called Sonic Rumble. Sonic Rumble. It's been announced. It's also been beta tested, I believe, in the US.
Yeah.
For like a weekend or something, I think.
You could sign up. You could, like, anyone could apply for it, being a part of a beta. It seemed.
Exactly. And so I think it was only in the US.
Yep,
or US
possibly.
and Canada or something. Yeah.
Do you know what the general consensus was?
I actually didn't look it up, just so I didn't get spoiled or like. But I don't know. Have you guys heard of how people were reacting to this?
No.
If that was,
I was like, no.
Yeah, but I like there were some people who were streaming it, but I guess I just like it got out of my mind. I couldn't find the word for it. Like so I never went and watched that. I really should do that.
I don't know how much people can actually say about it. I don't see them having to sign NDAs because it's like a beta test. So, but maybe it wasn't
like
really
people were allowed to stream playing the beta.
Okay.
And so there are streams out there for of streamers playing the beta.
Of people streamers. Okay. Not bot streamers. Okay.
Would it's just be to
thank you, KC.
The servers, I'd have thought, right?
Sorry?
Just to sort of stress test the servers, I would have thought. With it being like a multiple player type of game.
Could be. Yeah. Could also be to like see if people enjoyed the gameplay or not, right?
True.
Maybe.
Like find anything wrong or anything that could be better before they actually release it. It's a good idea.
So speaking of good ideas,
Hyenas route.
Hyenas was actually beta tested.
Yeah,
a couple of times at least, right? But
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
still didn't do well enough for Sega to not cancel it. So, by the way, since you brought that up, and because we can talk over it, why not look at some quality footage of people streaming Sonic Rumble?
Is this live right now? Or?
No, it's not live right now. It's like a video. No one is live. I'll credit the guy after we talk a little bit about. But so it's basically what we thought it would be, like a kind of like Sonic themed Fall Guys.
Yeah.
But
party type of game.
Yeah, but looks to control a little bit differently, because like Fall Guys, you control
playing it on
those
mobile
beams,
internet.
which are like always out of balance.
And Big has a rainbow following. You see, that's a trailer of a rainbow behind Big.
It's cool. I mean, it looks fun to play. I don't know if it's the type of game that I would personally play, but
Yeah.
it looks quite fun. I like that they've included a wealth of characters.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone's running around as Sonic. It looks like you have to be. Oh, okay. There's like 6 shadows as I say that, but
Yeah.
yeah. There's enough different characters to
This
have
is
a bit of variety.
Pete Dorr, by the way. Shout out to Pete Dorr, who
I really want
allowed
to try
us
this.
to show this on stream. Maybe not. Thank you, Pete. Shout out to you. People go follow Pete because he streamed Sonic Rumble. Yeah, so it's like what we would expect from a Fall Guys kind of game,
Looks
but
like it's
also
got mobile things going on as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. So, which it is, right?
Yeah.
It's a phone game, so it's a little bit catered to that audience as well. But so what's the excitement level for this, guys?
I mean, for me personally, I mean, it looks. I'll give it a go. It looks fun. I think Sega just tweeted today, like, thanks for 200 million downloads of Sonic Forces for mobile. So I mean, there's going to be an audience out there for it, which is as this type of game is going to need a big audience for by the looks of it, and hopefully it's as fun as it looks, because I think it can do pretty well. Is there microtransactions and stuff like that? I'd have thought something that's got to be keeping it ticking over.
You probably can like buy stuff if you want to, but you probably don't need to. If it's anything like Sonic Forces and Sonic Dash and stuff, it's non-mandatory usually. Yeah,
I really want to try this. Like, I'm very curious about it. Like, I'm a little bit unsure about like where my excitement level is or should be, because I'm just like, I can't like really imagine what my actual experience is going to be. So I can't really have those expectations, I feel like, but I'm just really want to try it out and see how excited I get for playing it. And I feel like if I get some friends to play this with, I feel that would also be a factor in it, like as opposed to playing against strangers all of the time. I feel it would be better with friends.
For sure. I definitely want to try this with you guys on screen if we can. Yeah, that would be fun.
Very fun.
That would be fun. But see, the way that you can like stop, I know that the game is over. He's like, they're waiting for the next stage to start. But that's what differs from Fall Guys. Like you usually, if you stop, your character stumbles and like is always out of balance and stuff. So this looks to control more like a Sonic game.
This reminded me of like Fantasy Star Online with the pre-made.
Yeah. The reactions, right? The
reactions, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it. That's you go follow Pete Dorr for more Sonic Rumble. Oh my god, so many characters.
It is cool though, and like I say, because there's quite a lot of different characters as well.
And by the way, this is the first game, the first real collaboration between Sega and Rovio, or actually the first thing that Rovio is working on since it got acquired by Sega, which is I don't know what it is. Is it promising? Is it cool to know? I don't know. But
I guess it's better than a Sonic themed Angry Birds that I was kind of expecting.
For sure. Yeah. So they say on Twitter, big news. We're thrilled to be able to share some details about Sonic Rumble, our first full-on new game collaboration with Sega since joining the Sega family. See more below and learn more about how to join the upcoming closed beta test. This was on May 8th when they opened the they had a call for beta testers for this game. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. My expectations are, I think, mild at this point. I'm not expecting this to be something that I will play every day, but maybe if it's anything like Sonic Forces, but more fun. I think Sonic Forces.
What do you mean
and Sonic
by
Dash,
that?
Yeah, I that came out wrong. Sonic Forces and Sonic Dash are cool games. I just can't play them for like an extended period of time without feeling like, oh, this is not for me.
Casey, did you not know that all Sega games are perfect? No exception.
That's true. I'm just saying it's not fun for me. But, and between Sonic Dash and Sonic Forces, Sonic Dash, Sonic Forces, yeah, Sonic Dash is superior to me because it doesn't depend on playing online. But for the
What about Sonic Dash Forces?
Nice.
There's a version, like a new version of Sonic Dash every year as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Sonic Dash 2 as well, wasn't there? At
You
one
should
point,
know that because I ask
Sonic
a question
Boom
about
characters.
that every year on the Sega Knowledge Showdown. There's a new version of Sonic Dash
Netflix
every
version.
single year. There's a Netflix version. There's a Forces version. There's anything. But if this is like that, but like I feel like this type of gameplay, like the mini games, like the competitiveness of this, is a little bit more fun than just running like an endless runner game type of game. So maybe I'll play this for longer than I play the other ones.
I'm not sure like how much I'm gonna get used to playing it on like a phone. Like it's a small screen, right? So like I kind of want to play it on a bigger screen, personally.
This is not Apple Arcade, right?
I don't know.
think it is.
I mean, yeah, let's. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't. Think
I just know that I don't have an iPad. I don't have like a.
You had a Mac.
You have a
tablet.
Mac. You have a Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't
That's
really
true.
say, but I don't think it is. I think it's, and judging from the other games like Sonic Forces and the Rovio games, probably Android as well.
If they're saying that it's a mobile experience, like what I hear then is tablets and phones, basically.
Probably. Okay. Excellent. Speaking of Rovio and Sega, there's
nice
another
segue.
announcement. That nice segue. Yeah. And so apparently
You are slingshotting right into.
Ha! Let's slingshot right into the next bit of news. Thank you for that. That was a nice one. The Angry Birds 3 movie. Rovio, Sega, and Prime Focus Studios announced the Angry Birds movie 3 is in production at DNEG Animation. Maybe. Jason Sudeikis and Josh Gad return to the flock. Have you seen the other two movies, guys?
I've seen the first movie. I don't think I've seen the second.
Oh,
okay.
I've not seen either.
Is that good or bad that you've seen the first one but not the second one?
No, I didn't even know there was a second one out. I was like 3. There was a second.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, there was a game. There was a movie, and then a second one as well. So this is the third. That was my reaction. Yeah,
could be good fun for kids, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the first movie as well. So yeah.
And so it will follow the continuing adventures of Red and Chuck. So I know Red. Red is this guy, right? Now I know it. Now I know
sure?
this. Yeah. And,
what clued you in?
And Chuck, is it the yellow one? I don't know.
That I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently, the first two Angry Birds movies together have grossed more than $500 million at the worldwide box office.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
money. I wonder if like this Sega Rovio sort of deal Sega are now realizing like there's a wealth of money to be earned from the movie industry. Sonic movies have generated a huge income, and now the Angry Birds movies are going to generate an income. Hughes stuff, Streets of Rage movie and whatever. They're really targeting this sort of movie market.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Look at these numbers. The Angry Birds movie opened at #1 in 50 countries on its release in 2016 and has grossed more than $350 million at the worldwide box office. That's the first one. So apparently the second one, if they mentioned 500 million, right?
150 then.
500 million. So yeah, considerably less. Roview's mobile games surpassed 5 billion downloads in 2022. So yeah,
A lot.
good call, Sega. Good call, I think.
How many people are in the world? Like 8 billion?
7? Yeah, 7, 8. Yeah. So
Yeah. So nearly everyone has played Angry Birds.
There's just 3 billion people who haven't played Angry Birds. I've played Angry Birds.
Yeah, me
I've played
too. I
Angry
played
Birds.
that a lot.
Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few times. Were you like a big fan?
Define
I liked
fan.
it.
I just like enjoyed playing it when I had downtime. So it's like, yeah, this is a fun game. I wasn't like, oh yeah, Angry Birds. This is like, oh heck yeah. But it was like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
It's like one of the first mobile games ever, wasn't it? So there's something compelling about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
At least one of the first ones that was like big,
That's one.
like successful, like got into the zeitgeist, I guess. Like people are talking about it. Like it's like Angry Birds, Candy Crush, right? That sort of thing. Maybe Plants vs Zombies as well. Those got famous.
I was never in the Candy Crush hype there. It's not for me.
Yeah, I was into Plants vs Zombies at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I played that a few times as well. It was fun.
SD says I played Angry Birds a lot a million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how do you explain like you play something a lot, but you still don't really consider yourself like a huge fan of it? Like it's not like it's not like you're not a fan, but it's like you haven't really defined yourself like that.
I think that's the very definition of mobile gaming.
Oh.
That's it right there. You play it a lot, but you don't really feel anything special towards it. There's no like deep connection to it.
Yeah.
Just something
exactly.
to pass the
that's
time.
exactly it. Yeah, indeed.
And that's my problem with it as well. When they say, "Oh, there's a new mobile game," okay, yeah, I'll play it a little bit. But
I think my mobile game is just Twitter these days. That's all I ever. It's one of the first things I boot up. When I open my phone, I'll just pop that open. So I suppose that is like 2024's version of Angry Birds these days.
Yeah.
Wow,
angry
Jim.
people.
Should I start adding you so that like you wake up to a new message from Lime Reversed?
That'd be lovely. That would be lovely.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that's a nice way to wake up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So thinking about the Angry Birds movie, then, are we expecting that amazing Sega introduction before the film, where like all the games where it zooms in and there's like a half a frame shot of Chamfort?
Is that a thing for like all Sega movies or Sega related movies now?
I think so. It has been since Sonic 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sonic 1 and Sonic 2.
It's a thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Did it change between 1 and 2? Was it the same one? I think it was. It's a little bit different, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. If you're saying that.
It's been so long ago. It's like been so long. Like
I don't remember the details enough to be able to say.
I just see the Shenmue frame.
Like I remember the first one and like it like yes.
When we're watching the Knuckles series, I was like to my wife, "Oh, there's Shenmue." She's like, "How have you just seen that?" And I was like, I freeze framed it for the frame. I was like, See right there. These
And she was like,
Shenmue eye.
yes, sure. Yeah.
You see these 3 pixels here? The colors here indicate that.
Exactly.
That's actually a good point. I wonder how in love with Shenmue your wife is, James.
Not so much, I suppose, but she puts up with it. Similar sort of thing to me.
No.
Just puts up with me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same for me with Sega in general. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of movies, let's
Oh, I know what you mean.
brawl right through the next one. No.
Oh my gosh.
And this, for me at least, came out of nowhere. Based on the Like a Dragon game series. Yeah.
Yep.
The Like a Dragon Yakuza Japanese live action drama series premieres October 25th on Amazon Prime Video. Thoughts?
This I really want to see this. This, as you say, it came out of nowhere, and I think it's a very good idea to do this. And I really want to see it.
Same.
Yes.
It's a Japanese made series, by the way, which makes sense, right? Because it's set in Japan, but also makes sense that it will stay true to the source material, or at least it's more likely
to. Yeah.
to as much as they can, right? What about you, James? Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, when I first saw the headline, I was like, oh, another Yakuza thing. Like, why can't we get some more Shenmue stuff, you know? But then again, I suppose we kind of had the Shenmue the anime, so I suppose it's okay. It's just I was a little bit annoyed at first, but then the more I thought about it, I like Yakuza. I like the Like a Dragon games. I'm a big fan, just not as big as a fan of Shenmue, of course. But I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be really good. It looks, from what we've seen on these little promotional images, it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I think. Another
We
thing
have
that SEGA are sort of doing with the targeting the movie industry, aren't they, a little bit here?
Yeah. So they say it, like they explained the series itself. So it seems like it will have Kiryu, like Ryoma Takeuchi, as the lead character, Kazuma Kiryu.
Can you look up an image?
Sure, if you tell me what it is.
Of that actor, of that actor,
Okay.
like just like Google the name, basically.
Yeah. So it's I think the poster is the guy, but
Yeah,
can only see his back. So let's try to do that here and share with everyone.
because I've seen it. And I want to hear like your thoughts about what you think about.
I think I've seen him as well.
person
Oh,
as,
okay.
Kiryu.
Yeah, I've seen him. Okay. Yeah. Let's share. Okay. So
That's Kiryu.
What are your thoughts?
that's Kiryu. Yeah, that's the Dragon of Dojima, right there. Very, very
Young one, maybe.
yeah.
But it did say it was set in the 1980s, right?
So it starts in 1995, and then that's when the first thing that sparks. I mean, it starts in the 80s if you count Yakuza 0, but if you count like the first game, it's 95, and then 10 years later, 2005.
This particular story, did I not read that it was set in the 80s?
Did you? I don't know. Let's try to look it up here. I don't think they say it. It's a live action adaptation with an original story based on the game. But I don't see any mention of specifics in terms of the. Oh, or maybe we do because there's more down here. But I don't think there's any mention of the time period. Could be like from the
That's why I used to
perspective
run.
of like a younger Kiryu, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Maybe. But he doesn't look like Kiryu yet.
Looks very, very kind, especially in that photo. Like,
Kind.
not that Kiryu isn't kind, but Kiryu also looks hard, you know.
Maybe this will help.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Not so kind. Okay. And now, like this stream is being flagged as like
So
inappropriate. Okay. So we'll see. Ryoma Takeuchi will be Kiryu on Amazon Prime, October 25th. Excited for this, actually. Very excited for this. Hopefully they can do the game's justice.
Yeah.
And it's what we're expecting to see happening, right? They've been talking about that transmedia stuff a lot in the past couple of years, and this is another one of those. So all that's left now is like the Golden Axe animation or animated series, the Streets of Rage movie,
Right.
Sonic 3, late the year.
Sonic 3, yeah.
Oh, Sonic 3.
But that I'm expecting. I guess I know what it'll be like. I know it'll be good, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
We've got no reason to believe it's going to be a bad movie. Like,
Yeah, indeed.
we have 1 and 2 and they were good. I'm more like, I'm wondering about what we don't know yet, what we haven't seen yet. What is it going to be like? Will it stay true to the source material or not? Will they ruin everything?
Yeah, there's a trailer
Right.
out there. There's a trailer out there that hasn't been shown to the public yet, but like a few select people have seen it.
Of
Shadow the Hedgehog, the Sonic 3.
Oh, Sonic
movie.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So probably soon. But that's coming very soon. And we'll talk about Shadow in a little bit.
I'm so excited for it. I want to see it.
Okay. And you will.
Yeah. Heck yeah, we will. Like, I'm gonna have to die before if I won't.
No, don't do that. No.
I don't plan to.
That's not a good idea. No.
So
Good.
yeah.
Okay, another thing. So let's move on to other games now, or to games actually. Which, considering I wanted to have this segue between Rovio and the Angry Birds movie, but considering we were talking about games and then talked about movies,
No. Let's roll into.
Let's roll into. Football Man? No, I'm kidding. That could work. A ball
That could
rolls.
work, so yeah.
That could work.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But actually, you're
Let's
right.
kick off into. Like, you could use that.
No. Let's roll. Roll into Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. It's been announced that the SEGA Pass that they have had already announced before will include 6 characters, 4 of which will be Sonic characters. Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Right?
It didn't follow what we did when we were going through our top 10 Sega characters, and we restricted ourselves to 2. So it's, Sega just went all out.
No, they said no. We're gonna go with everything
6.
Sega, all the Sonics, right? So actually, like this, and like the chibi versions, the classic versions of the characters.
Oh, the cute version. I love that. I do
pretty cool.
like this style. It's very cute.
Yeah, and it like matches with the whole like monkey in a ball, so like little hedgehog in a ball and stuff. And it looks
like,
nice.
why is it only on Switch?
That's a good point. I think, as Viper said before when he came on the show, when we talked about this game, actually, he said there were some assets that were shared by Sega unknowingly of a PC version, I think. But they haven't announced
like a timed
it yet.
exclusive then?
Maybe.
You mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
I thought it was like a Nintendo deal thing.
Could
going on.
be. Could be. He says there were like screenshots of a PC version or something, but maybe it's yet to be announced. That said, it's not just Sonic, because it's the Sega Pass. So we have one more character that's been announced today. Here we go. It's Axel.
It's the
Axel from
one
Crazy
and
Taxi.
only
Wait,
Axel.
wait. Lime. Would you care to
What?
enlighten
What? There's
people?
no. You have nothing. You have nothing
Care
to
to
say about
enlighten
this.
us who Axel is.
Oh, Axel is the main character from Crazy Taxi series.
If you wouldn't happen to have a couple of quotes that he says, just so we can prove who he is, right? Would you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I the quotes that, of course, that Axel always says would be all right. Let's get it on. Yeah, you know that, and also yeah, I got it.
Yeah, those two
Nice.
iconic
Those are
quotes.
like the two
Iconic.
very
Iconic.
iconic quotes.
Yeah. So Axel from Crazy Taxi, which makes sense because there's a new Crazy Taxi game coming. What doesn't make sense to me is that unless they are opening more slots, and they just said there were 6 in that Sega Pass, or unless there's a Sega Pass 2 coming later. But if there's 6 slots, 6 characters, 4 are Sonic, why? And you only get 2 more. That doesn't really make sense. But okay, Axel is another one, and we have another one yet to be revealed.
I reckon it'll be someone else in that new era lineup, like a Beat, possibly.
Beat
Would make sense.
like Axel maybe, or Blaze from Streets of Rage. 2 Axels.
Yeah, one
That would be
from
confusing. So I'm guessing like Shinobi as well. So yeah. By the way, Axel also looks really cool. In this chibi like form, like cute little form.
I for real thought, because full disclosure, I haven't played Crazy Taxi, so I for real thought that BD Joe was the main character of the game. I really didn't know of any other characters.
I think BD Joe is more iconic and has become more iconic throughout the years. And like Sega uses BD Joe to when
Sega
it's like
Heroes, was it?
Yeah, Sega Heroes, Superstars. It's usually BD Joe. So you're not really. It's not your fault. I think it's Sega's fault. But in Sega Heroes, we had
hear
Axel
that,
as
Jim?
well.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I heard that. I heard that line. Yeah. to me, Axel is the main character because he's the one that's on the box art, and he's the first character that's in the character selection. And
I mean, the box art is just like the logo on a yellow background. But I get what you're saying.
I know what you're saying. There is that one where it's like that one that's been recently shown with the drawing.
And
like
that's the one we got here in Europe. But I think you're right. In other regions, Axel is in the box art, isn't he?
Coming down the San Francisco road.
Yeah, for sure. And it's nice that he's in his taxi, not just like Axel running in a ball.
Yeah,
there's a taxi as well.
Makes sense.
So,
I like actually that the different characters seem to have like their own abilities. So like when it was showing Tails can fly, Knuckles has got power or something. So that'll be interesting how that's going to play out in a Monkey Ball game, because you think something like flying would be a bit overpowered.
I guess that's what the whole like party mechanic is for here, right? So it's not like your basic Monkey Ball game. There's always also the multiplayer mode, the party mode. That's where this has to. That's where you can use those abilities, unless they also said the other day that you could like have like an assist mode or like something like that, or you can use abilities, I think, to make it easier. But if you want to unlock challenges, like complete challenges, you can't use those special abilities. You have to stick to the classic mode, if you will. But yeah, I'm actually a little bit excited about this. This is another one that I want to like try with you guys and more people to see if we can. I think this is going to be a cool party game, like multiplayer, like chaotic game.
I definitely think this could be very fun to play.
Yeah.
You had Rio. I'm game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was also just thinking that I think that Super Monkey Ball could really benefit from the whole kind of like Fall Guys kind of style to it.
That's
I could
true.
definitely see it get that kind of treatment.
That sort of look and feel to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And as you can see, the Sega Pass here has 6 slots, unless they're adding more that we don't know of. And you can actually not just get the Sega Pass for all the DLC characters, but you can actually just buy them individually. So if you just want Sonic or just like Lime will probably just go crazy and just want to get Axel without any of the other characters.
Of course.
Lime go crazy? That would never happen.
Yeah. Crazy for
Axel. Never happened ever.
Crazy for Axel. Crazy for a crazy taxi. Hey. Speaking of balls, I don't know why you got that reaction there.
No,
Lime?
I don't know. I don't.
No.
I really don't know. I was just thinking of something unrelated.
Of course. But speaking of balls, we also got word that. Oh wow! Says here.
I'm so childish.
There was a new deal. Like the official Premier League license is coming to Football Manager, which is awesome. Which I have to say, I haven't played a Football Manager game in a few years, like 10 years or so. I assumed they had the Premier League license. Actually,
I did. To be fair, yeah.
It kind of surprised me.
That they didn't. They used to. I'm sure they did. Right.
I'm not sure, but they announced that they do now. So, which is awesome. Maybe I think they didn't when I played. I think they used like those random like generic
made up names
like Manchester something, or right, Liverpool Reds. Maybe that's not generic enough.
Yeah.
But something like that, and now they have the licenses for everything, not just the team names, but the player names, the likeness, everything is licensed now. So they will be using that for Football Manager, I assume in 2025, which is nice. I want to say I'm. And we talked about this when we had our like our tier list discussion the other day, but I feel like we don't give Football Manager enough credit. It's a massive series. It's very popular, and it's like it's even regarded by professionals as a truly amazing simulation of the game, of the beautiful game. But yeah, I feel like we should give it more props. And it's a probably very successful franchise for Sega as well, which explains why you never hear anything about like layoffs or anything. It's at Sports Interactive, at least to my knowledge. Yeah. ST is saying it's the Sega game played by non-gamers. There we go. Yeah, it's the
it's the game that they probably play or spend all the time playing, and then when you ask them to name a Sega game, they'll say Sonic.
Let me just add to that then, SD, that our very own Revsig plays Football Manager. Are you saying? ST.
He's a non-gamer.
He's a non-gamer.
That Ravzig is a non-gamer. Is that what you're saying?
By non-gamers and gamers alike.
Oh, well, there we go.
Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be hooked on this and Championship Manager before this. But then, I got older and time is a valuable thing, valuable asset. So I decided not to invest my time in this because I know if I go back into this, it's going to consume my life again. Yeah, but this is a good thing, a good bit of news for people who enjoy Football Manager. Okay, and the last bit of news in terms of smaller but important updates.
Okay. So being a football manager would be such a dream for anyone, right?
Okay, we're going crazy with these segues. But yeah, let's go with that, sure.
Speaking of dreams.
The third update to Sonic Dream Team is available now. And it's, I know, I'm not going to ask because I know we haven't played the second one, the second update. We haven't tried it yet. Neither of us has. But I was actually hoping to get everything like the finished game to go back into it and try the update.
Yeah,
so I think that was a good time.
Same here. Especially since I'm streaming it, I kind of want to stick with one thing until I'm done.
Wait, that was perfect timing. Let's try that again. You want to what?
I kind of want to stick.
Wait. Okay, what?
Stick.
Like Knuckles does to a wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm like Knuckles. I want to stick to things. Indeed.
Okay.
So yeah.
Too many puns tonight.
Too many.
So what do they have here? They have 2 new acts have been added.
Music, was it?
What does it say? It has things like missions that you can do, like keep off the ground kind of mission as well.
Mm-hmm.
New achievement. Oh, and special experts only level. They also have.
Interesting.
Yep.
Level
so
that's for
music
you.
Tracks.
Yeah, the music. And the expert mode is for Lime.
Oh yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to take that on. It sounds exciting.
I know you will. Yeah.
I just wish I knew like if and when they are done, so that I can, get back to it.
What if they're never done?
Yeah, well, then I'm never going to be able to 100% it, am I?
At some point, you have to stop. You have to call it quits. You have to draw a line somewhere.
Oh well.
Or maybe not. Or maybe they do. No, they do. They have to stop.
Yeah.
It could be like Sonic Dash, where it just keeps going and going and going, and then there's a new iteration and Netflix Sonic Dream Team.
That's what I was afraid of a little. But yeah, like I have like a backlog of compilations to make. Like when I 100% a game, I like to make a compilation of that as proof that I've done it. And then we have the Pride streams video coming up when we're going to take on Shenmue.
Yes.
And I already promised to take on Sonic and the Black Knight after that. So yeah, Sonic Dream Team is going to have to wait.
Okay. Sorry, Hardlight. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is when I'm gonna say this again. We said this last time we talked about this game, which was probably when the second update came out. But we are always saying this. This needs to come to other platforms if possible, so more people can experience this. Not that it's not a great game.
If it comes out on other platforms, I'm gonna like do it all over again.
Sure. It's not that big of a deal, right? It's like
no.
It's not that big of a game. It is now? Maybe with the 2 updates. But I think people not because Apple Arcade is not a good platform or the game is not good on Apple Arcade, but because it's so good that other people need to experience
the Hardlight expressed, like in the interview, like the same want at least to want to get it out to more players by getting it on other platforms. But like they didn't say about if it's possible, but just like, yeah, of course we would like it. More people to play it.
Makes sense.
So we'll see.
So keep on the lookout for that. But if you have Apple Arcade, just go try the third update to Sonic Dream Team, which is available right now, courtesy of Sega Hardlight. Okay, want to mention something briefly here. I don't know how briefly we will do this, but it's up to you guys. So there was, and we're in the time for new announcements, like the Summer Games Fest and stuff. But there was something that maybe not many people know of. I actually didn't know about it until I saw a tweet by someone, can't really remember who, but someone I followed mentioned this, and it's the Homebrew Games Summer Showcase 2024. So this was like a stream or a video. It's 34 minutes long, and they show like clips or trailers or gameplay clips of homebrew games, of games made by like indie developers for retro systems. Basically, that's what this is. It's just nothing but this for 34 minutes. Some awesome looking stuff. And there are a few that are coming out on Sega systems, like the Game Gear, Master System, Mega Drive. So I asked you guys if you wanted to just mention this, like generically, or if you wanted to briefly highlight some of the ones that you like. That's Green Hill, by the way. That was Green Hill.
Yes, I saw that.
There. That was Green Hill. I saw this before, and this is not one of those that's coming for a Sega system. It's Game Boy Color, but that was Green Hill Zone, like the tiles there.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So I wanted to ask you if you guys wanted to highlight a few. I know, Jim, you had a few that you wanted to highlight.
Yeah, well, I see. This was news to me. This whole thing. So I watched this earlier, and I was blown away actually by the quality of title that is, I'm assuming, coming out like this year, next year, whatever, on all these different consoles. So obviously I was targeting the ones that say Genesis, Master System, Game Gear, whatever. And some of the ones that I picked out that I just thought I quite like the look of, Lunatic Fighters, made me smile because it's very much like Mortal Kombat looking. And I don't know if they've like actually filmed themselves live, but you know how it's like actual people playing characters in Mortal Kombat. It looks the same sort of thing here, but obviously brand new characters in this Lunatic Fighter, so looks pretty cool. That's coming out for the Mega Drive. Dangerous Demolition.
So let me just very quickly try to catch up with what you're saying by showing Lunatic Fighters.
I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's very interesting.
Kind of looks.
I don't know if those are real people or what. I don't know. They've modeled themselves in the game, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. And then the next one was Dangerous Demolition, which I just quite liked the look of it because it was a Game Gear title, and I loved Woody Pop on the Game Gear.
I've heard of that, but I don't think I've played it.
It's like Breakout, but it's just called Woody Pop.
Okay.
But this one looked quite fun because it looks like there's a slight twist where instead of you bouncing the balls back to break the blocks, you have to dodge the balls. Yeah,
the balls bounce back, right? They hit the floor and bounce back. So they can hit the ball, the floor. You just have to, it's very, speaking of this is a good example of how this showcase is. This is a 34-minute video, and it's like, I don't know how many games, maybe hundreds? Maybe more, like,
this has to be over 100.
Over 100 at least. And some of them have very, very short clips. So like Dangerous Demolition is very short. So I'll just try to play it back again. We don't see much of it, but it looks nice as a cool game for the Game Gear. Yeah.
Did you want me to go through my list? Okay, so
yeah, sure.
I think I picked out 10. So the next one was Lufto Height, which is like an R-type Thunder Force looking game. It looked really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see the
That's
similarities there.
That's just it.
Yeah. That's coming out for the Mega Drive. And then the Sword of Stone, I thought would be quite a cool one for sort of your turn-based RPG type guys that, like that old aesthetic 8-bit. Reminded me of Dragon Crystal, if anyone played that on the Game Gear. Here we go.
Yeah. Looks really good. Like
Fancy Star with the
big
following characters.
sprites. Yeah.
And then True Galactic Mission, which I quite like the look of, because I quite like shmup games, and I remember I recommended a game to you called Halley Wars.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love that one on the Game Gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it last year while I was on holiday.
That a bit to me, but maybe like a 16-bit version of that. It's pretty cool. The Storied Sword, which I pointed this one out because it looked a little bit like Shinobi, and it's coming out for the Dreamcast. So I was trying to get a bit of variety, not just Mega Drive titles. There was a couple of Dreamcast games in this showcase.
Getting there eventually. But you can keep going. You can keep going. Yeah.
I said it's not my favorite, but I thought I'd mention it just because it's might interest some Dreamcast owners.
Can I mention the last game on your list?
That's why I saved it for last. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see that one. I'll do it now. So this was my highlight out of the whole thing, just because it looks like Space Harrier in terms of the environments. The character model is obviously modeled after the main guy of Space Harrier, and the enemy types look like it. But obviously, this is like a vertical shmup almost, or I don't know what type of game would this be considered.
It's like a Space Invaders like type game, right? In a way, maybe.
But I love
also
how
reminds me of where's the one that you pop? Is it Balloon Pop? Maybe.
Oh, I know
you like shoot those arrows.
I think it does begin with P, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Pong. Yeah. No, not Pong. Pang.
No,
Pang.
Pang. Yes, Pang.
Yeah.
Pong. I know. That's it.
And I love Pang
reminds
too.
Me of that as well.
Yeah.
This was a highlight for me as well. I have to say.
Yeah. Just because it looks very Space Harrier in aesthetics and everything.
For sure.
It's like that was the inspiration. Cyber Mission, another shmup. It looks a bit like Contra. I put here Guardian Heroes style.
Okay.
They should be in order from this point onwards. I just put that Frontier Force at the bottom just because I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
I'll just show the Storied Sword.
Oh yeah.
This is
Dreamcast game.
This is the Dreamcast game. I don't know if it's the same thing as the NES one. This is clearly NES style graphics, right? I don't know if they're gonna go with like a more distinct look for the Dreamcast, but maybe not. Maybe it's just gonna be like an 8-bit game for the Dreamcast.
Yeah. Okay. Cyber Mission.
There we go.
Cyber Mission. Yep. This looks really good. I thought this looked really cool. Again, a bit like a R-Type, but it does look like Contra but flying, maybe.
Yeah.
Very good. That's a Mega Drive game.
Yep.
Chords, which I pointed out, looked very much like Policenauts Snatcher, that kind of style going on, but for the Genesis Mega Drive.
Sure thing. Yeah, there are so many. It's really hard.
There's so many. It's hard to
find them in the showcase. But I think just mentioning them, people will be able to find them then. Yeah. So
last couple, Lost Day Zero, which I mean I can't really tell what the gameplay's like, but it's probably the only one that was listed there that's coming out for the Saturn. So that was pretty cool. I thought I'd mention that one. We're getting a brand new Saturn homebrew game. And the last one that I liked the look of was Phantom Gear, which looked very much like Guardian Heroes as well. Some nice, colourful sprites.
Which is not a new game, by the way. I've heard of Phantom Gear. I think there's a demo somewhere available on itch.io or something. But Phantom Gear looks good as well.
Yeah.
Just
So,
take our
so
word
that was
for
like
it.
all of the Sega sort of ones that took my fancy. But I did write an honourable mention for a non-Sega property. Well, Sega mention at the list. The Fallen Crown looked
Okay.
pretty cool. It looked a bit like Kid Chameleon or Dynamite Heady, those type of games where you've got a different ability based on the helmet. So this is just like a helmet that crawls along the floor, but it's like different crowns. So there's like a samurai helmet, and then could be someone else's helmet, and you take on those powers. That looked pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. I want to mention, I think you nailed it. All the ones that you mentioned are awesome mentions for the Sega systems. I want to say the ones for the Game Boy Color, though, are all look very good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm getting more into that style of like retro gaming recently with the advent of like those handheld retro consoles that we have now available easily. But there are quite a few very good looking GBC games, like very colorful. They don't look like they're Game Boy games, but they're really well done. So it's really nice to see what people are coming up with. And obviously, since this is the homebrew scene, there's always a lot of stuff coming out for Sega systems. So do check that out if you wanna, play something on your old Sega system that is not dead. No, it's not dead. It's still alive as long as you play it. What's that? Lime is like, was it the mention of death?
Yeah. It's not dead. It's not dead at all. No.
And I just got a notification that Death Stranding is on sale on Steam.
Oh.
Speaking of death.
There you go.
Okay, never mind. So thank you
Cool.
for those mentions, Jim. Very good. So Homebrew Games Summer Showcase. Look it up. I'll actually leave the link on the description of the show notes for this episode as well. Moving on with our last couple of topics, I believe. So this is going to be brief. I'm not going to go too much into this. So there's Anime Expo coming soon, next month, early next month. I believe it's the weekend of like 6th and 7th of July, I believe. And at least, maybe it's a little bit more. Maybe it starts before the weekend. But there will be some Sega stuff that will be happening at that event, at that like expo, at that convention, if you will. There will be the Shadow panel. Okay, a new era of Shadow, shedding light on the ultimate life form. Right, that's going to be something that's happening during Anime Expo. I don't know if this is going to be live streamed. I'm actually not sure. You guys know?
Not sure.
No.
Don't know. No.
Okay.
Is this something that they do yearly, or is this a brand new sort of a surprise that Sega are doing these panels at this event?
Sega
First I've heard
themselves
of it.
doing this? I think this is the first time they're doing this.
Yeah.
I think Anime Expo is not a new thing.
Oh no, yeah, but Sega doing an event at this. I
don't
can't say
know.
I've ever heard of that before, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, can't remember.
If you can actually go.
Yeah. So if you want to
Attendance.
do that, you can go to LA. In California, USA. Yeah, just go if you can. I was not sure if the convention or the expo started on Saturday, but apparently not, because Sega are also doing something else on Friday, so July 5th. There's going to be an Atlas panel for Metaphor Refantasio, I don't know, talking about this game. So, and I'm going to, again, like for Football Manager, I'm going to apologize for the lack of love for Atlas sometimes. But it's not lack of love, it's lack of knowledge, at least for me. I'm not that knowledgeable about Atlas games. This is like, people are calling it like fantasy Persona. So it's
Okay.
in the vein of Persona, metaphor Fantasio, no? And they'll have, sorry?
I'm just trying to pronounce the word, but in sort of like a Spanish sort of twang, maybe like Fantasio.
Fantasio. I don't know.
Fantasio.
Refantasio. And they're having the director of the game and a character designer talking about exclusive characters. They'll show unseen footage of the game. I think, from what I've heard about this is either going to be an amazing game that people will love, or it's just totally going to bomb. Because I think people who love turn-based RPGs and Persona, which are a lot of people at this point, are really expecting great things from this game. So it's either going to be like a masterpiece or like bomb really hard. I don't think there's going to be a middle ground here for this.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but hopefully it's a good one, and people will be really happy with the result. I'm not really that invested in this because, I like Persona. Persona 5 is a really, really good game, I have to say. Really amazing game.
Yeah,
but
really.
I'm not seeing myself getting invested in another turn-based RPG with this like fantasy setting and stuff. I don't know. What about you guys?
I don't know. I don't really know anything about this one so far.
I would be curious to give it a try, but again, I have so much on my backlog already. I haven't even gotten to Persona 3 yet, which I have. So, yeah.
That's another one I need to try as well. So I would consider, I will do it at some point. So I will eventually get to Persona 3 because it's the Persona series that I already know and like. But I'm not seeing myself, investing more time and effort into another turn-based RPG. That is not my favorite genre either.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But I hope people that are into this enjoy. Metaphor, Refantasio.
Refantasio.
Yeah. And yeah, we need to get more Atlas love on the show. I'm trying to handle that. And
I mean, Persona is an amazing series. It's lots of love for Atlas.
It is. No, but I mean, like, getting more people who are familiar with it on the show.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. I'm taking care of that. Also, regarding Anime Expo, the essence of fandom. So still on Saturday, July 6th. So if you go to Anime Expo, you have a Like a Dragon and Yakuza experience. Ooh. Okay. So
I couldn't get the link to work earlier. I don't know if you guys could.
I don't think tickets are available anymore.
Yeah,
that's why.
I think it was
but
sold
I
out.
didn't get. I think it's sold out right now. But that it's happening. I don't know if any of these things will be live streamed. I know that in the past, whenever Sega had like panels on some conventions, they usually streamed them. But I don't know if that's going to happen for these. But they're going hard on this one, like all in on the Anime Expo, which is interesting. So for people attending this, yeah, for our listeners from across the pond, if you can go to this expo, enjoy. Yeah. Okay. So, and that gets us to like probably the thing that Lime has more comments about and feelings and thoughts.
You think that I might have feelings for what they showed?
You have
on
feelings?
The Sonic X Shadow Generations thing? You bet I have feelings about it.
I still don't know how to say this. I still don't know if it's Sonic X Shadows. I still don't know if it's Sonic Cross Shadows. I've heard Sonic N Shadow Generations as well. being
I kind of
said by
just want to
people.
call it Shadow Generations.
It looks like it right now, right? It's like it's all about Shadow. It's the year of Shadow.
Yeah, because like when you're talking about the Shadow part, then you're talking about like Shadow Generations, but then there's Sonic Generations, but then that's, you know, this
Same
is
old,
its
same old.
own yeah, it's the same
Mm.
mold. So like when you're talking about the Shadow part, you might as well just say Shadow
Shadow Generations.
Generations. I figured like
Yeah, yeah.
it's simpler, I feel.
We were talking about the whole thing, right? So they're promoting the whole thing,
Yeah,
even though
indeed.
we probably, and not just we, no one is actually caring too much about the Sonic part because it's the same thing, just maybe a little bit prettier.
Yeah.
You know if it is, but yeah.
At least for now,
Uh,
that's what we think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The Shadow stuff looks prettier to me. But whether that's just because it's a new thing that I'm looking at.
No, but I
It
think
does
it's
to me as well.
actually graphically superior. From what I can see, I definitely think it is.
I think it's built from the ground up,
Yeah.
whereas the other
Sort
is
of like
like a
they've
graphical
just sort of
upscaling or
included it.
something.
It's like they bundled the original game with this just to make it seem like it's a big release, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
Which I
like
don't know if that means that the Shadow portion isn't.
they do have some additions. I know that there's going to be like this Chow rescue gameplay thing, and that seems like that's going to be a part of Sonic Generations as well. So like there, I like Isuka here says that like there's a Chow rescue gameplay feature for those who played Sonic Generations already. There is additional gameplay through this feature. So it seems like it's not just the original Sonic Generations with added Shadow, but they're going to add things to the Sonic Generations part as well.
Okay. Okay.
That article actually made me laugh.
Sounds cool.
That's why I was laughing,
Why?
thinking about you were checking out that article because it said, like Izuka said, Shadow won't use a gun and there won't be a Chow garden. So he's announcing things that are not in the game, which I thought was an unusual way of doing things.
Oh yeah.
No. He says, does he need a gun in Sonic X Shadow Generations? No.
Right.
Laughs.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Because like they went into the whole thing about like Shadow is a weapon himself, so Shadow doesn't really need those things. Like he
The
might
ultimate
use whatever is at his disposal if he needs it. For example, a gun. So like, but yeah, Shadow doesn't really need a gun. And then
Whatever's
that
closest to him.
question: does he
Yeah,
need
so-
a gun in this game? No.
It's like I've got a cup of coffee right here. I've got like a Sega Lounge mug, so I can use that as a
Yeah.
gun. When we talk
Yeah.
about Shadow, he would use whatever he needed in the moment to get the job done. So he would pick up a gun or ride a bike in order to get the job done. He's that kind of character. I said, so this could be a gun for Shadow. Just like whatever is handy.
Andy could replace it with a discount this month, right?
Oh, there we go. No need to buy like expensive hats. Just there's a discount going this month. Good job. Yeah.
Terror player.
Terror player is Ed. #Ed.
But something else that came up in that interview that I found interesting is the hub world.
Yeah.
Like in Sonic Generations, this was this like a 2D kind of thing where you jump to different place. When you get into the
white
Shadow,
space.
yeah, the white space, yes. So when you get to the Shadow, because like Shadow was also sucked into these time portals according to the story, but Shadow ends up in also like a white space hub world, but it's in 3D. Like Sonic Frontiers kind of open world thing, it seems.
Cool.
That's how they describe it.
Yeah.
So that's
there were some
interesting
screenshots going around.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Right. So it looks like it's massive as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, it looked big. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So
We have a
this,
list of what stages they've used, by the way. Where's this stage from? Is this?
this is a Radical Highway.
Yeah, this is from
And
Sonic
then-
Adventure 2, right?
Yeah, and then I saw Kingdom
There
Valley
was
from Sonic
Kingdom
06.
Valley. There was Rail Canyon, I think.
Skyrail, is it?
Yes, indeed. And I'm not sure, like if one of these city ones is Westopolis.
Could be from Shadow the Hedgehog, right? The first level. There was like which one is like the final something from Sonic Adventure 2?
All right,
Final Chase.
Final Chase.
Final
Yeah,
Chase, yeah. That was
Indeed.
also in here somewhere. So it looks like there's something happening where you don't really just play the whole level like Sonic Generations. You have these like combinations.
amazing transitions.
Yeah, like these transitions
I
between
love this.
levels.
Right,
I wonder if
okay, that
this
makes
is.
sense.
I wonder if this is like a way for them to use more stuff from previous games. I would love them to do this with Sonic as well.
Yeah,
Just like instead of like having Green Hill, have Green Hill then morph into Ice Cap.
Imagine
and,
if
like,
that was a mode,
yeah.
like transition mode or something. It just moves
Yeah.
from one stage to the next or something. That would be pretty cool.
even if it was like a challenge mode, which you have to have like little bits of different levels. That
Each
could be
stage.
nice. But I don't think that's going to happen with Sonic. Like you were saying, Jim, I feel like when I look at the footage, I feel like the quality of the shadow footage is far superior.
Yeah,
to the,
superior.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would say far superior, but there's a difference in quality.
There's a
I
definite
think.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Looks like the Sonic stuff got like upscaled or something, and this is built from the ground up, which makes sense in this new engine.
With the Sonic portion of Generations, you start off, it's like it's going through the ages, right? It's like Sonic 1, then Sonic 2, Sonic 3. What's going to happen for Shadow? Is it going to be like Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic 06, Shadow the Hedgehog?
Maybe.
And then what?
Sonic Heroes can also work, right?
Right. Yeah. Indeed.
What else?
Well,
And that's
like
it, right?
Like maybe this
06.
because like it's kind of divided into different eras. Like in Sonic Generations, there were like three stages from each era, right?
Maybe that's why they're doing this as well. The whole transitioning between different stages, because you don't have as many games to choose from. So
Not like
if
a
you remember,
timeline as there is such.
yeah, if you remember, whenever we got new information about a new stage coming to Sonic Generations back in the day, we were very excited and we wanted to know, is it going to be from that game or from that other game? Here you have like 3 or 4 that can be used. So instead of like having a whole timeline, maybe like
It's an
having
amalgamation.
Amalgamation of different stages from those games. So there are apparently more stages, but less games that they are originally from, right?
Interesting.
To pick
Can you
from.
see playing as Shadow in the original Sonic stages as well, or just think it's a separate?
I think
game,
it's going to be a
almost.
separate thing. Yeah. It
Yeah,
looks
I
like
think
they,
so.
they don't want to. They really have these 2 modes, and that's it.
Right. Yeah.
It feels like that's what they're doing here. Which
Something
is not
else
necessarily a bad thing.
Something else that we haven't mentioned that blew me away is power-ups. Like you see you see Shadow using chaos control and absolutely freezing everything, and using that like freezing like missile or something, and using that as a platform to then jump over to other things. What have I not been preaching up until now? Like, I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned this exact thing. I want this. I want to be able in the Sonic games to either slow down time or like to freeze time all together, because I think that would be such an amazing addition to actual speed play. Because what do you do when you want to show how fast something is? Like you've seen it in the Sonic movie. You slow things down to like show everything. And so like I feel like slow motion is such a good fit for this. And here we have it, like Shadow using chaos control, freezing everything, and then using that to get through the stage. And you saw that earlier as well, like with the badass absolutely just destroying that huge thing and then kicking it away. I love that addition of the like that really badass Shadow, just like we saw like a very badass Supersonic in Sonic Frontiers. If you want to know what it takes for me to get something to rank something up as like an S tier, this is it. I am so hoping.
Slow down time.
I'm so hoping that I mentioned more than that. That this really sticks the landing and as well, because you know a trailer can look very good. So I so hope that they stick the landing.
Okay.
I think it
To
looks really
this
good.
because this looks
It looks good.
This looks
good.
S tier to me so far.
Would you like a whole Adventure 2 remake based on the way this looks like? Because that's essentially what they've done with a few of the stages, right? With the final
Like,
chase stage there is very much what I would envision a Adventure 2 remake looking like.
If they're gonna make a remake of that and they have it in this style, like with the badass Shadow doing what he does to, like, you know, that, I don't know what to call it, but that huge thing, and the power ups with the slow down time, I would definitely think that that would be the right, like a very good way of doing it.
Is this what Shadow the Hedgehog was supposed to be? Instead of all the gun fighting and stuff,
The swearing.
Because I feel like now Shadow in this Shadow is a badass and he's like a powerful creature.
Yeah.
I always base my Shadow off of the one that's in Sonic Adventure 2, where he's got this sort of like,
for sure,
bit of a history, you know, like a bad thing. His Maria died or whatever, and yeah, I'd like less so than the gun wielding motorcycle bad boy atmosphere. Yeah, I think this looks more typical Shadow to me.
Yeah,
definitely. I think this is they nailed it now for Shadow finally. And I could see this becoming like a spin-off series of Sonic the Hedgehog, like Shadow. It's not really Sonic because of the powers and stuff. I don't know. Is this enough to grant like a separate series?
Like is
different enough?
Sonic, like, is Sonic still gonna be interesting if you have basically Sonic but with power-ups as Shadow?
It depends on what you can do with Sonic. Like this is not Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, indeed.
Right?
Oh yeah, right.
Although,
if they keep that style for Sonic, then yeah, sure.
Although some of the powers that Shadow has are a little bit similar to what you can do, like with Sonic in Frontiers, like the homing attack and like the moves, the fighting moves that Sonic can do as well.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm kind of like comparing like Sonic and Sonic Generations now with Shadow and Shadow Generations. Like this is basically like the same gameplay. Like you run, you jump, and you homing attack, like in a similar kind of thing. But like you add interesting power-ups to it as well. So like if you then go back to Sonic, is that going to be as much fun like without the power-ups?
I think for the Sonic part it's the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right? If you liked Sonic and you like those classic levels or the older levels, okay. You get Sonic Generations. If you wanted a new stuff, like the new stuff with the new powers and with the badass character, like more like next gen, play Shadow Generations.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, going forward, if they're gonna go this route, they might have to give Sonic something unique as well that you can't do with
Mhm.
Shadow, for example.
Yeah.
Like a gun.
Yeah.
Give Sonic a gun.
Like a gun. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good answer.
Shadow doesn't need a gun, but Sonic. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe you never know. A chow gun. It's been done before with Shadow. So
Yeah,
yeah.
indeed. But yeah, I
Yeah.
am beyond excited now after having seen all this for Shadow Generations. I so want to play it. I'm so excited for it.
I'm considerably more excited now.
Why?
After Lime spoken.
No, yeah. After you sold it
Yeah.
for me, Lime. Yeah, right there. No, I'm
Yes, so-
considerably more excited than I was before. But yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, it looks really good, and for what people who have played it say or are saying, it's good, and it's more fun than the Sonic bits, which people already knew. That's why they're not giving it so much emphasis. But am I going to like it? I think so, but I'm
You
kind of
better like it.
cynical. Okay.
You better like
I-
Sonic Generations. Like is like I was kind of wondering if I should call like Sonic Frontiers my new favorite Sonic game, but because before that it was Sonic Generations. Now with the added Shadow, it's back to Sonic Generations definitely again.
Okay.
Because holy crap, if it sticks to landing, I should say.
I know this is a controversial opinion, like a hot take, but I've said
Oh,
this
oh my
before
gosh.
in recent years. I think Sonic Generations is a little bit overrated.
How dare you?
Going back, but maybe this will make me change my mind now. If it's I don't know, if it's not just a graphical remaster, if
Scale or something.
upscale or something, if there's like tweaks in how Sonic controls, I think it's not as good as we thought it was when it got released, because we went from having not so great Sonic games to one that did everything that we basically wanted. We wanted to see classic Sonic back. We wanted to see just Sonic, but like remastered, remodernized, reimagined versions of classic levels. We wanted to see good 3D levels, which I think they did. They even did Sonic 06 levels justice. But overall, is it that great of a Sonic game? Or is it just nostalgia based?
I think it
I don't know.
since I do play a lot of Sonic games, I feel like I can compare a lot. Like at because like the issue that I usually have with Sonic games is that sure, like the controls like on a shallow level can seem good, but then when you get to the actual difficult parts of the game, which I do because I 100% the games, then you really see where the flaws are, and like I start to have like huge issues and I rage over it because things aren't really working sometimes. But with Sonic Generations, I really don't remember having many issues with that. So I do actually think that it is tight when it comes to the gameplay and the controls, and that it does stick the landing like that.
It is much better than whatever came before. I have to
Definitely.
say,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like having played it recently, not so recently, but recently, I didn't like quite feel like the same way as I did back when it launched. But I do think it's a good game. I'm not sure if it's not, if we don't overhype it, because we're still hanging on to that feeling from like 2011, was it? When it was released? Was it 2011?
13 years ago,
No,
maybe.
can't remember. I think it was Sonic Generations.
It was the 20th anniversary, wasn't it?
Oh, so that's it. 2011, November 2011. So
I think that the trailer with the shadow definitely added a whole new hype, at least for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going like, oh yeah, hype for the Sonic Generations part. I'm like so hyped for like the shadow specific gameplay with the
no,
power ups
what
and
I
like
mean,
the badass moves. And
when I mean
like
hyping
those
the
stuff.
game, not because of this remastered. This one deserves to be hyped because of that.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Yeah.
in general, even before we knew this was coming, Sonic Generations, I think we put it up on the pedestal just because it was Generations and we really wanted something different, and we got Generations, which was good. Was it that good as sometimes I think people make it seem like? Maybe not. We maybe overlook some of the faults. But like I said, they're minor when compared. Like you said, not me. Like you said, they're minor when compared to other games that make you rage.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm saying that. I actually think that the Sonic Generations was good, like not just on a nostalgia level. That's just what I was trying to say.
Okay, yeah, I'm
excited.
actually looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it. Even playing
My
the
only
Sonic
concern,
games again.
my only concern would be how big the shadow portion of the game is. I know you said that there's meant to be a lot of stages. Did you say something like that? But like,
no, I don't know. I was
know.
just wondering that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because if you remember the Forces DLC, the shadow is like 3 levels. I'm hoping it's not like a similar sort of thing to resell a product. I'm hoping it is like a good portion of shadow gameplay that warrants Sonic Cross Shadow. It's like the same amount of content, if you know what I mean. Again,
2 things. Are we getting a new final boss? Because it's Sonic Cross Shadow? Or do they have their own like?
If you beat both, like you get like a true final boss, that would be amazing.
That would be sick.
With 2
Like
Sonics, 2 Super Sonics, and 1 Super Shadow.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing if they do that.
Also, in terms of content, since there's a white space that looks like Sonic Frontiers, are we getting like challenges like Sonic Frontiers? Are we getting bite-sized levels, like bite-sized stages, like the cyberspace stages in Sonic Frontiers for Shadow?
I don't think we're going to get bite-sized, but they might fill up the open space with something more than they did with the hub world in some Generations. That they might definitely do.
Because we had challenges in Sonic Generations, right? We have.
But like something more than
maybe
that.
More?
Like that was basically like, oh, how do I get to here?
Maybe Shadow Pinball DLC or something like that.
Exactly, like Casino Night DLC.
Like more. I'm thinking like more.
No, was it
Sonic Frontiers kind of puzzles, maybe,
or the Sonic Heroes pinball?
Oh no.
It's Casino. What? It's Casino? No, Circus.
I can't think what it's called.
No,
I don't remember what it's called either.
Playing cards.
There are two.
Poker table.
Yeah. But yeah, it has to be more than just getting from one stage to another. If it's so large, so big, it doesn't really make sense that you have like to run up to the other end of the hub world just to get to another stage. There must be more. There must be something else like challenges and
like they phrase it like whereas in Shadow the team created an open zone hub world like in Sonic Frontiers. that to me means that it's just not an empty world where you're kind of just like, oh, you bounce on that, you go up a hill, and there's a stage like in the Sonic Generation part, but like there's more to that. I think.
Yeah.
Memory tokens.
Could be. Is that the way that they will make it seem like it's a bigger game than it is? That there's more content, and you get like
Maybe.
2 or 3 like massive amalgamations of stages like the one that we saw there. Was that just one level, or was it more? Because we don't really know, right? Was that BioLizard battle part of a level? Was it like separate? We don't know either.
Like in Sonic Generations, they're usually they are separate, right? Like you go up to a boss, and that's a boss, right?
Yeah. By the way, BioLizard was in Sonic Generations, but the 3DS version, which I think they said there will be no 3DS content in this version, which means no big arms.
BioLizard.
BioLizard will be
remembered Shadow was in Sonic Rivals. That would be cool if they did a Sonic Rivals
could be
recreation.
Yeah.
Did we get like the Sonic versus Shadow race in Generations? So
it was Sonic. That's Sonic Metal Sonic on it, I think, right?
As well.
Maybe.
Yeah. So in the Shadow one from Sonic Adventure 2 is in Generations. So that's Sonic Rivals for you there.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know. Will Shadow interact with other characters like Sonic did in the white space?
It seems like Shadow was thrown into like a whole separate white space, and we saw in the Sonic Generations that the Sonic went into the same white space as Knuckles, Amy, Tails, Vector, and all of these characters. So they seem to be over there. So what characters are left for Shadow to interact with?
Maria from the past, Gerald Robotnik, and Black Doom, apparently.
Yeah, indeed.
Who is apparently part of the whatever is happening here, or maybe not. I feel like the quotes, the what dialogues that happen in between the stages feels like he's got something to do with what's happening to Shadow.
Yeah.
Or is it like the Black Doom of the past?
All right. We haven't even spoken about the wings at the end of the trailer.
Oh, and there are the wings as well. That's true. He's got wings.
That's probably a new power-up, I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to get more power-ups than they're just chaos control, it seems. That's what that means to me.
So we had
Shadow.
Chaos. What were the 2 in Shadow the Hedgehog?
The game?
The 2
yeah. There was Chaos Blast in Shadow, and then there was the Chaos thingy where you skip part of the level.
No.
Maybe it was that. It was Chaos Blast.
The one that's like a spike. Is that the blast? He fires a spike out his hand or something.
With the Chaos Blast power up, the Shadow explodes basically and takes out a lot of the nearby enemies. But with the other power up, Shadow flies through the stage, basically kind of skipping some of it. Maybe he called that Chaos Control. I'm not sure. But a Chaos Control in Sonic Generations, if
Chaos
so,
Spear?
is Chaos.
That was
Spear.
Chaos Spear. Yeah.
Yeah, Chaos Spear is
what's
different power
that
up.
from?
Chaos
That's from
Spear
another thing.
It's from Chaos Spear is in Sonic Adventure 2 when you race each other.
Okay.
You can use Chaos Spear.
He throws spears at you. Okay.
Yeah, and then Shadow can use kind of Chaos Spear in Sonic 06 as well.
Okay.
Okay. That's probably where I'm thinking of it from.
Yeah, probably. So we don't know. The story has something to do with, or the powers have something to do with the story, probably as well, right? And we don't know if there's something happening in the world of Sonic and Shadow that explains why. I mean, of course, there's something happening that explains why Shadow is thrown into this white space. but we don't know what it is.
I think we already have an explanation for
really?
that, because it seems like in the interview, Izuka explains
One of
the
the
whole thing,
many,
but-
by the way.
yeah, Izuka explains the thing that Shadow was also sucked into one of these time portals, but ended up in this white space. So
Okay.
it seems like, but Shadow wasn't at the party, so I'm not really sure. But it seems like Shadow was also sucked into a time portal.
He was just hiding because he's like too proud to
Oh yeah.
to be at the party.
Or like
No,
waiting to like very late to yell surprise, like come out from their hiding place.
He just got sucked
yeah,
into his.
yeah.
Mm.
No, he actually was too early. He used chaos control to time travel, and he was too early.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, but that's it. That's it for Sonic X Cross and Shadow Generations. I don't know what else to call it. There are multiple versions across
Hasn't
the internet.
there been like any official
I don't think
pronunciation of
so.
that?
I don't think so because I've watched like videos of people talking about this. I think even in the Summer Games Fest stream where they showed the trailer, I think Jeff said Sonic and Shadow. I think,
Interesting.
but I could be wrong. But I've seen people call it different things. I think most people call it Sonic X Shadow.
I gotta ask that.
I'd say Sonic X.
See what the official pronunciation.
Maybe there's
is.
like an official Sonic live stream somewhere where they pronounce it correctly, the official pronunciation. I don't know what it is. But yeah, but that doesn't really matter, right? What matters is that matters for like the Sega Knowledge Showdown 2025.
Oh, is that gonna be a question?
What is the correct
What is the official
pronunciation?
pronunciation?
But whatever is the case, this game looks good. The shadow parts especially look good.
It
And I
looks
think,
amazing.
okay.
I
And I think we're all
so hyped.
excited. And then Lime's
Me
beyond
Me excited? No. I'm fine. I'm cool with it. I'm absolutely cool.
It's the year of Shadow the Hedgehog, everyone. What is it? What's the name? The title? Fearless. Fearless.
Yeah. The
Year of
fearless
Shadow.
year of Shadow, indeed.
Year of Shadow. So it's the year of Shadow, which means it's all about Shadow Generations. We don't care about Sonic Generations anymore. It's Shadow Generations now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Move over, Sonic.
Exactly. And that's it. So that's it for the news. I think we covered everything or most that we had here on our list. I skipped through a couple of things that I think were a little bit too old to make sense now. But that said, we'll do this again maybe next month and try to catch up with whatever we missed here. And do check out that Homebrew Games Summer Showcase video, which I think was really, really cool. Something that I was not expecting. By the way, guys, are you
Enjoyed it.
hyped for anything else that's non-Sega right now? Because it was
Non-Sega?
Summer Games Fest. I don't know if you watched any of it.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited for Astrobot. That looked amazing.
Oh yeah. That sounded
Love.
fun.
I really like 3D platformers in general, but Astrobot, the originals are fantastic. If you ever played Rescue Mission in PSVR, that's S tier rank game.
I hear good things about it. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. So this looks even better than that. So it's definitely one I'm going to check out.
Okay.
I'm excited for lots of things. I like only a few of them come to me now, but Life is Strange.
Okay.
Max
That's a good
is back.
shout. Yes, that's a very good shout.
And therefore, hopefully, the time travel powers and like the returning back time. I really hope for that because I love that mechanic.
It looks to be different now, right? That there's like a parallel timeline.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
seems
I
from what
actually
they've
haven't
shown.
seen the trailers, so I'm really
Okay.
just guessing here
Yeah,
about
it seems to be a
what it could
different
be.
type of power.
Okay, I see.
Like,
Yeah. I
not
was
really
kind of
sure.
hoping for the rewind thing, but oh well. Yeah.
Not
Like
sure.
the-
Maybe, but I'm just
and
guessing.
they are also adding some, like, okay, so first of all, Prince of Persia, they have come with a year now where the remake of Sands of Time is the plan to be released, and it's 2026.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
That would be
Like
sooner.
they had this whole thing like for years ago with a remake of Sands of Time, but they ended up kind of scrapping it because I don't know why, but there were some feedback about the graphics, like it could be better. And so maybe that's it. I really don't know, but it seems like the remake is going to come out, and I'm so excited for that. And then the building on Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown is going to get DLC. I love that game.
I need to get that. I need to get that and play that because that's my kind of game. Clearly,
it's an awesome game. I so much enjoy that game. So yeah, I'm excited for that DLC.
Cool.
Yeah. All of the above for me. I would say probably in terms of like big games, the Indiana Jones one. I'm very excited about that. Very excited to try that. And even Star Wars Rebels, I think, looks good as well. Like in terms of AAA games that I'm probably that I will eventually probably try. But Indiana Jones, I'll definitely try. It's coming to Game Pass day one, so that I'll definitely try that one. That's one that I'm excited for. Life is Strange as well. I wasn't really expecting the return of Max, and the first Life is Strange game is my favorite in the series.
Yeah, me too.
For sure, hands down. I don't think they were
Definitely.
able to replicate that feel of the first game with the other two, but definitely excited for that. Yeah, but if I had to pick one, Indiana Jones is the one that I'm probably most excited for outside of Sega. Yeah. Coming up next in terms of Sega, though, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. I don't know, maybe Metaphor Refantasio is coming soon as well. I actually don't remember. Let's see if we already have a release date. Oh, it's October 11th. So yeah, so that's after Super Monkey Ball. Yeah, so definitely Super Monkey Ball is the next one, like bigger one that I'm excited for in terms of Sega, and I want to try to play you guys on that game on stream. Let's try to do that.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to.
It's coming at the end of the month, right? So
this month?
No, at the beginning of next month, right?
Yeah. July, I think. Yeah.
July. So let's schedule that for sure. Hopefully I'll have more time then to do it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining.
Maybe Casey, we should schedule one of those. That Casey's angry at me for not having played this game.
Oh yeah,
stream with Crazy Taxi, so that I know who Axel is.
Do you know Gina though, or Gus?
China. Of course, I do.
I could be making it up. So be careful.
I definitely know all of that.
All of that. Okay.
All right, let's get it on.
Yeah, let's get.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, thank you for coming. Before we go, as per usual, feel free to tell everyone what you've been doing or will be doing. Let's start with you, James.
What am I going to be doing? Oh, I don't really know. I've got.
Is that Earl? Big Earl?
That is Earl, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's Toe Jam a little bit.
Oh, Toe Jam and Earl, nice.
Slightly, he's sort of died a little bit. We've got a new show coming out in a couple of weeks' time, so it'll be premiered first on Radio Sega on Monday let me just double check the date here. It'll be Monday the 24th will be the next Shenmue Dojo show. Me and Matt are, well, I was going to say finishing off the Kickstarter updates. We're not actually. It's going to be part 4 of the series. So you can look out for that. Other than that, we'll be streaming on the 4th of July. Hopefully trending on Twitter again.
Heck yeah.
Nice. But yeah, if you want to follow any of that stuff, just follow the Shenmue Dojo either on the website, shenmuedojo.com. Follow us on Twitter X at Shenmue_dojo and Shenmue Dojo everywhere. Just Google it and you'll find it if you're interested. If you're a Shenmue fan, why would you not be? And hopefully
Exactly.
Lime will be soon, I guess.
Exactly. Okay, that's cool.
That's about it. I can't honestly
Yeah.
can't think of anything else going on in my life.
Awesome. So let's ask Lime. You already said something about Lime that I think he'll mention.
Yeah. Well, I am proud to announce that I this year too will be joining Team SEGA in their Pride fundraising effort. So I've already said that I am going to stream, do charity streams this Pride month, and it's official now that it's going to be as a part of Team SEGA. So that's amazing. And I am going to play Shenmue for the first time. And I'm not sure if I'm going to start, because like it's gonna be for like the second part of the month. So maybe in between I'll also start Sonic and the Black Knight. If not, I'll take care of that after Pride Month. But yeah,
Just
Shenmue
dedicate
and
yourself
Sonic.
to Shenmue. Yeah.
Sorry?
Dedicate yourself to Shenmue entirely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I might. But yeah. So yeah. Either way, look forward to Shenmue and Sonic and the Black Knight.
Awesome.
What date was that again, Lime?
It's gonna. I haven't actually gotten a date where I'm gonna start yet,
It's
but
soon,
I'm
TM.
I'm gonna start it next week. And my next official streaming next week would be Wednesday, but we'll see if I add something new. I'm just gonna have to have a think this weekend, which dates that I'm actually gonna do.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I'm definitely gonna send out posts about it. So follow me on X, Twitter, Lime Reversed, and on Twitch, Lime Reversed.
Awesome. Yeah. As for myself, stay tuned to the Sega Lounge. Thank you very much for listening / watching. I'll try to be back next week. No promises at this point because things are really, really hectic with work. And they will be until the beginning of July. So hopefully after that, things will normalize. I have a couple of episodes planned out that I just need time to actually record. But they include some roundtables, some interesting roundtables with friends that are returning friends to the show. But next week, hopefully we'll have part 2 of my Sega story, which is something that I wanted to do last week, but my voice wasn't playing along. But next week, hopefully that will happen. Remember to follow us on X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram. I've not been very active lately because of what I already said. Has been a hectic work situation, but hopefully things will normalize and we'll see you there. TheSegaLounge.com, obviously, for all episodes, past and present. TerraPlayer.com. You can find us there as well. #ad. And wherever you find your podcasts. Thank you very much for listening. Lime, Jim, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you all next time. Okay? Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Let's see.
Bye.
No, sing. Bye. Bye. Okay. The Sega Lounge, hosted by me, KC, and part of Radio Sega's network of live shows and podcasts. Theme song and incidental music by OSC. Got any suggestions? Drop me an email to podcast@thesegalounge.com. Find us at The Sega Lounge on X, Twitter, and Instagram, at thesegalounge.com on Blue Sky, and be sure to check out our Twitch and YouTube channel for live video content. You can find previous episodes of the show by going to thesegalounge.com, on the TerraPlayer app, and wherever you listen to podcasts. A Mixed On Productions podcast.